to get difficult. Your age, you have to hurry.
Grandma! Mary, what are you doing? Oh, never mind. Stop crying. What's the matter?
I missed you so, Grandma. You didn't come to visit me all last week.
I could, but I was coming tomorrow.
It's so nice to see you. I was awful homesick.
Oh, well, I'm glad that's all it was. I was worried when Agatha said you weren't feeling well.
Did I say that? I only said she came home for Wednesday night fudge cake.
How did you get here? Did Karen drive you over?
I walked most of the way. The little lady gave me a ride.
And did she have to wear her very best coat through the woods?
Harry, do you mean to tell me you came here without permission?
I ran away, Grandma. They didn't know. I'm sorry.
It's a very bad thing to do. They'll be worried. Agatha, phone is right until the Mary's here. John will take her back before dinner.
No, Grandma, don't do that. Please don't do that.
Well, Mary, you can't leave any time you wish.
Oh, Grandma, please, you don't know how they'll punish me.
Oh, I'm
really?
sure they won't leave you that anyway. You're acting like a foolish little girl.
They'll tell me. They will. They'll tell me.
Never mind phoning now.
If you're gonna let her...
Stop crying.
It's so nice here, Grandma.
Well, I'm glad that you like it here, but a girl your age can't. What made you say those things about Miss Wright and Miss Dope? You know you can't say things like that about people. They wouldn't hurt you for anything.
But they would. I fainted today.
Faint?
Yes, my heart. I had a pain in my heart. I couldn't help having a pain in my heart. And when I fainted, right in the middle of class, they called Cousin Joe, and he said I wasn't sick. He said maybe it was just that I ate my breakfast too fast, and Miss Wright blamed me for it.
Well, I'm sure if Joseph said it wasn't serious, then it wasn't.
But I did have a pain in my heart.
Well, you still got it.
I guess I haven't got it so much anymore. But I feel a little weak, and I'm scared of Miss Wright being so mean to me just because I was sick.
Scared of Karen nonsense. Why, it's perfectly possible that you had a pain, but, well, if Joseph said it wasn't serious, then it wasn't. Now, it's not nice to fool people into thinking that you're sicker than you are.
I didn't want to be sick. They're just punishing me all the time for everything.
You can't imagine things like that, child, or you'll grow up to be a very unhappy woman. Now, I'm not going to scold you for coming home, although I suppose I should. Now go upstairs, wash your face, change your dress, and John will take you back after dinner.
You mean I can stay for dinner?
Yes.
Oh, but maybe I can stay till the first of the week. Saturday's your birthday, and I could be here with you.
Oh, no, we won't celebrate my birthday. We'll wait for yours.
Oh, but how much do you love me?
I love you as much as all the words and all the books and all the world.
Remember when I was little, and you used to tell me that right before I went to sleep, and I used to say, world, and I had to shut my eyes tight. Oh, I miss you an awful lot, Grandma.
I miss you too. Well, my Spanish is rusty, and you'll do better in school.
But I couldn't stop rest of this term.
Don't be silly, Mary. Now, there won't be any more talk about it tonight. There won't be any more running away from school, ever.
You don't love me! You don't care whether they kill me or not!
Mary!
You don't! You don't care what happens to me!
But I do care that you're talking like this.
I'm sorry, Grandma. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Forgive me.
What made you talk that way?
I'm scared, Grandma. Really, I am. I'm scared they'll do dreadful things to me.
Dreadful things. Nonsense, they'll punish you for running away. You deserve to be punished.
It's not that. It's not anything I do. It never is. They just punish me all the time, just like they got something against me.
Oh, I've never heard of nonsense in all my life. I mean, what have they done to you that is so terrible?
A lot of things. All the time. Miss Wright says I can't go to the movies, and it's after what happened today.
More than the naughtiness of you pretending to faint and then running away.
I did faint. I didn't pretend. They just said that to make me feel bad. Anyway, it wasn't anything that I did.
Well, then what was it?
I can't tell you.
Why?
Because you're just going to take their part.
Very well, then run upstairs and get ready for dinner.
It was all about Miss Toby and Miss Mortar. They were talking awful things, and Peggy and Evelyn heard them, and Miss Toby found out, and she made us move our rooms.
I don't understand what that has to do with you. I don't understand what you're talking about.
They made us move our rooms. They said we couldn't be together anymore, and they have a good reason. They're afraid you'll find out. They're scared of you.
Oh, scared. You're talking like a crazy girl. Scared of me. Am I such an unpleasant old lady?
They're afraid you'll find out.
Find out what?
Things.
Well, stop talking gibberish. Now go upstairs before I get angry.
All right, but there are a lot of things. They've got secrets, and they're afraid I'll find out and tell you.
Well, plenty of people have secrets.
But they've got funny ones. Peggy and Evelyn heard Miss Mortar telling Miss Dobie that she was jealous of Miss Wright marrying Cousin Joe.
Well, you can't go around repeating things like that besides...
She said it was unnatural. She said Miss Dobie had been like that ever since she was a little girl, and that was unnatural, and...
Mary, stop using that silly word.
That's just the word she kept using, Grandma. Miss Dobie got mad and told Miss Mortar she'd have to leave the house.
Well, I'm sure that wasn't the reason.
I bet it was, because honestly, every time Cousin Joe does come to the house, Miss Dobie does get cranky. And today I heard her say to him, "Damn you," and then she said she was just a jealous old fool, and...
Well, Mary, you have picked up some mighty fine words, haven't you?
That's just the word she used, Grandma. And one night, Miss Dobie was crying in Miss Wright's room, and Miss Wright said, "Oh, right, maybe she wouldn't get married right away."
How did you find out all these things?
I told you, because Miss Dobie was talking awful loud, and their room is right next to ours.
Whose room?
Miss Wright's room, I mean. And you can just ask Peggy and Evelyn whether or not we didn't hear. Almost always Miss Dobie goes into her room and stays a long time. And then punish me all the time.
You're eavesdropping, I should think. Now, I don't want any more gossip tonight. It's almost time for dinner.
I've heard other things, too. You always told me I should tell you things that worry me, Grandma. Plenty of things worry me.
What things?
Bad things.
Well, aren't you going to tell me?
I can't.
Oh, Mary, you're annoying me. Neither tell me what you have to say, or stop acting so silly.
I mean, I can't say it out loud.
There's nothing you couldn't possibly tell me out loud.
All right, but it's awful, and sometimes they fight, and then they make up, and Miss Dobie cries, and Miss Wright gets mad, and there are funny noises, and we get scared.
Noises? Well, I'm sure you girls have a time imagining a murder.
I tell you, but I gotta whisper it.
Why do you have to whisper it?
I don't know, I just got to.
Mary, what are you saying? I don't believe you know what you're saying. Are you telling me the truth?
Honest, you just ask Peggy and Evelyn. Oh, you just ask them. Maybe there are other kids who know, but we've always been frightened, so we didn't ask. And one night I was going to go and find out, but there was so much noise, and I got frightened, and so we went to bed early so we wouldn't hear. And it's in a lot of books. I mean, a girl at camp. I mean, oh, Grandma, don't make me go back to that awful place.
What?
Don't make me go back to that awful place. I couldn't stand it anymore, really, Grandma.
Oh, just be still a minute. Are you telling me the truth?
Honest, I swear, on the grave of my father. Don't make me go back.
No, you won't have to go back.
Really? Oh, you're the nicest, loveliest grandma in all the world. Thank you. You're not mad at me.
No, I'm not mad at you. Well, go upstairs.